the world's most dangerous waterway, a vital artery for global trade where colossal tankers navigate treacherous waters. A single mistake could unleash catastrophe.
The Strait of Hormuz, one of the most dangerous waterways on Earth, a narrow choke point where nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes every single day. And in these waters, Iran built a terrifying naval strategy designed for one purpose: to overwhelm America's most advanced warships. Hundreds of fast attack boats, hidden missile batteries, drone swarms, sea mines, a deadly tactic known as the Mosquito Fleet. But then, 3 American destroyers entered the strait. And what happened next shocked military analysts around the world, because instead of fighting Iran's fleet directly, the U.S. Navy used deception, a strategy so calculated that Iran's forces reportedly revealed their own positions before realizing they had been manipulated. Tonight, we break down the secret naval strategy behind one of the most intense standoffs in the modern maritime warfare. The Strait of Hormuz is only about 21 miles wide at its narrowest point, but the actual shipping lanes are far smaller, which means any military conflict here becomes extremely dangerous. Iran understood this decades ago. After losing major naval power during Operation Praying Mantis, Iran changed its entire naval doctrine. Instead of trying to match America's ship for ship, Iran developed asymmetric warfare. Cheap, fast, hard to detect, and extremely aggressive. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps built massive numbers of small attack boats capable of swarming larger warships from every direction at once. Military analysts nicknamed it the Mosquito Fleet. These boats were often hidden along Iran's coastline, inside tunnels, harbors, and disguised civilian ports. The idea was simple: overwhelm American defenses through saturation attacks. Even the most advanced destroyer can only engage so many threats at once. And Iran knew it. Then came the mission. 3 American guided missile destroyers entered the region during rising tensions with Iran. Reports connected the operation to ships including the USS Mason, USS Truxtun, and USS Rafael Peralta. These weren't ordinary warships. They were Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, floating missile shields packed with radar systems, electronic warfare suites, and layered air defense weapons. But here's the problem. Iran wasn't planning a traditional naval battle. Its strategy relied on confusion, swarm attacks, radar clutter, and psychological pressure. Iran expected the destroyers to react aggressively the moment fast boats appeared. That reaction would expose U.S. defensive patterns, missile readiness, formation weaknesses, and radar priorities. But instead, the destroyers did something unexpected. They stayed quiet, very quiet. Military experts believe the destroyers used layered deception tactics designed to manipulate Iranian targeting behavior. The strategy had 3 major goals. 1. Force Iran to reveal its position. Iran's small attack boats relied heavily on surprise, but surprise only works if the enemy reacts emotionally. Instead of immediately engaging every approaching vessel, the destroyers reportedly maintained disciplined radar and communication control, minimal emissions, controlled responses, and delayed reactions. This forced Iranian units to move closer, much closer, in some cases reportedly close enough for deck-mounted machine guns and close-in weapon systems to engage. And that was the trap, because every aggressive maneuver revealed locations, attack angles, and coordination patterns. 2. Create a false sense of vulnerability. Iran's doctrine depends on overwhelming enemy defenses through numbers, but the destroyers appeared restrained, measured, almost passive. This likely encouraged Iranian fast boats to commit deeper into engagement zones. Once concentrated, American helicopters, surveillance aircraft, and destroyer weapon systems could track multiple targets simultaneously. In naval warfare, target exposure can be more dangerous than direct combat itself. 3. Stretch Iran's command structure. Iran's naval doctrine emphasizes decentralized attacks, but that creates a weakness: communication confusion, especially during fast-moving engagements. As Iranian boats repositioned, drones launched, and coastal missile teams activated, the U.S. gained valuable intelligence on operational coordination, who was commanding, who was transmitting, and where support systems were hidden. The destroyers weren't just defending themselves, they were mapping the battlefield in real time. Then came the escalation. According to reports and military discussions, Iranian forces launched drones, missiles, and fast attack craft during tense naval encounters in the region. And suddenly, the deception phase ended. The destroyers switched into full combat mode. Layered defenses activated. 5-inch naval guns opened fire. Close-in weapon systems tracked incoming threats. Apache helicopters reportedly targeted fast attack boats using Hellfire missiles. This is where America's naval doctrine became clear. The destroyers weren't isolated ships. They were nodes in a massive combat network. Aircraft overhead, electronic warfare systems active, helicopters intercepting surface targets, missile defense systems scanning continuously. Iran's swarm tactics created chaos, but chaos also created visibility, and visibility favors advanced sensor networks. Military analysts have warned for years that Iran's Mosquito Fleet is dangerous precisely because it forces larger navies into exhausting defensive operations. But this time, the U.S. appeared prepared for exactly that scenario. This wasn't just a naval encounter, it was a preview of future warfare, because modern naval combat is no longer about who has the biggest fleet. It's about information, detection, electronic warfare, and deception. Iran spent decades preparing for a fight against superior military power using asymmetric tactics, and the U.S. Navy responded with something equally powerful, controlled unpredictability. By refusing to react the way Iran expected, the destroyers disrupted the timing of the entire swarm strategy. And timing is everything in naval warfare, especially in confined waters like the Strait of Hormuz. 3 destroyers, 1 narrow strait, and a naval strategy built on deception instead of brute force. In modern warfare, the side that controls information often controls the battle itself. And in the tense waters near Iran, the real weapon may not have been missiles at all, it may have been patience. If you enjoyed this breakdown of secret naval strategy and modern maritime warfare, subscribe for more military analysis, hidden operations, and defense technology stories from around the world. And tell us in the comments, could swarm tactics still defeat modern destroyers in the future?
From up here, we see the cost.